The night is a spectacle of luxury. Crystal chandeliers reflect off the ocean waves. Violins sing softly beneath the Malibu stars, and laughter floats through the air like perfume. Elena Whitmore, radiant in a silver gown, is the center of every gaze. She moves gracefully through the glittering crowd, every inch the perfect heiress, confident, elegant, composed. Yet behind her practiced smile, her eyes tell another story. They're distant, heavy with exhaustion. As her father, Richard Whitmore, commands attention, and her fiancé, Daniel, charms investors, Elena feels like a guest in her own life, beautifully trapped. When Daniel raises his glass for a toast, the room quiets in anticipation. He flashes his perfect smile and says, "Marrying Elena is the best business decision I ever made." The guests laugh, assuming it's playful banter. Her father smirks approvingly, proud of the strategic union. But Elena's heart clenches. The words echo louder than the applause. Business decision? Her fingers tighten around her champagne flute as a fragile smile freezes on her lips. Beneath the laughter, something inside her fractures, as if her entire identity has been reduced to a transaction. Elena slips away from the crowd, her heels clicking softly on the marble floor as she escapes to the balcony. The ocean wind brushes her face, carrying the faint scent of salt and freedom. "If this is happiness," she whispers, "why do I feel nothing?" Then movement catches her eye, a young catering worker. Liam Carter, hurriedly cleaning spilled champagne while being scolded by a planner. His quiet patience, his unbroken calm amid humiliation, stirs something deep in her. For the first time that night, she feels a flicker of something real. Curiosity, longing, maybe even hope. Sam's life has always been about survival, not luxury. Growing up in a small apartment with a hardworking mother who juggled night shifts, she learned early that love doesn't always mean security. Her father's departure carved a quiet wound that never fully healed. So when Ethan came along, confident, successful, and steady, she thought she'd finally found safety. But marriage revealed another truth. Ethan wasn't her refuge, just another storm. The man who once promised to protect her now feels like a stranger she shares a house with, distant, cold, and full of secrets she can't untangle. Liam's brilliance built him an empire, but cost him his faith in people. Coming from a modest background, every success felt hard-earned, every betrayal sharper. His marriage to Madison shattered what little trust he had left when her affair with his best friend and business partner made headlines. Now he hides his pain behind logic and sarcasm, keeping emotions locked away. Love to him is a liability. When Sam enters his life, it isn't romance, it's damage control. A convenient partnership between two broken souls trying to rebuild their reputations while pretending not to care about being alone. What begins as an agreement between two wounded strangers slowly turns into something neither expected. Their shared silence at awkward dinners turns into quiet understanding. Their loneliness starts to feel less suffocating. Sam sketches by the window late at night while Liam codes across the room, two isolated worlds coexisting under one roof. Over time, the rhythm of their nights becomes a kind of unspoken bond. There's no confession, no grand gesture, just small human moments where pain softens into comfort. In each other's presence, they begin to rediscover what peace and perhaps love can feel like. Sam returns to Ethan's apartment to collect the last of her belongings. She expects an uncomfortable silence, not a fresh engagement announcement framed on the counter. The photo burns her eyes, Ethan smiling with Clara, her former best friend. The woman who once held Sam's hand through heartbreak now wears her ring. The betrayal is gutting, but Sam swallows her pain, leaving before anyone can see her break. Later that night, parked in her car under pouring rain, the weight of it all crashes down. She sobs quietly, not for Ethan, but for how easily she was replaced. When Liam finds Sam crying in the car, he doesn't offer pity, just quiet company. She doesn't mention names, only whispers. I guess some people are easier to forget than others. Her voice trembles with the ache of invisibility. Liam listens, eyes distant, before admitting that he once believed in forever too, until his wife and best friend proved how fragile loyalty can be. His confession isn't meant to comfort her. It's a mirror. In that shared silence, two different heartbreaks find recognition. For the first time, they're not just pretending to be strong, they're human together. The next morning, Sam's grief hardens into resolve. When an invitation to Ethan and Clara's engagement party arrives, she makes a daring proposal. They'll attend together as a couple. Liam hesitates but agrees, more to shield her than for revenge. The night of the party, all eyes turn as they arrive, elegant, composed, and undeniably magnetic. Ethan's smug confidence falters. Clara's smile strains. But amid the charade, something real flickers between them, laughter that feels natural, glances that linger too long. Sam came seeking revenge, but what she finds instead is a rare, unfamiliar feeling. Being truly seen. Days blend into quiet intimacy. Liam and Sam's home begins to feel less like a contract and more like a fragile beginning. They share breakfast filled with teasing banter, argue about trivial things, then fall into comfortable silence. Yet, beneath every laugh lingers unspoken fear. Sam flinches whenever he seems distant, afraid he'll leave like everyone else. Liam, meanwhile, avoids eye contact when vulnerability creeps in, terrified of being betrayed again. Their connection deepens in stolen glances and unguarded gestures, but love feels dangerous. They're drawn to each other like gravity, both wanting closeness but fearing the fall. The illusion of peace shatters when Madison resurfaces, venomous and calculating. She threatens to expose their arrangement to the media, knowing one scandal could destroy Liam's reputation. At the same time, Ethan begins calling Sam, his regretful voice whispering apologies she no longer believes. Torn between anger and confusion, Sam feels the past clawing at her peace. Liam grows distant, buried in damage control, while she feels invisible all over again. Every conversation becomes charged. Too many what-ifs, too many unspoken hurts. The walls they built to protect themselves begin to crumble, exposing every fear they've tried to bury. When a reporter confronts them in public, Liam steps forward, wrapping an arm around Sam and declaring, "I married her because I love her." Cameras flash. Headlines ignite. But behind closed doors, Sam's voice trembles with fury. "You think I need rescuing? I don't." The argument spirals, years of pain spilling out. He admits he doesn't know how to love without losing himself. She admits she's tired of being someone's project. The air crackles with raw emotion until words fail. Liam kisses her, fierce, aching, real. Then, breathless, he whispers, "You deserve someone whole, Sam, and I'm still broken." Just when Liam and Sam begin to believe they've found something worth holding on to, Madison strikes back. Out of jealousy and revenge, she leaks a fabricated story to the press, claiming Sam manipulated Liam into marriage for money and influence. Overnight, headlines explode, investors withdraw, and Liam's company spirals into chaos. The board demands his resignation, questioning his judgment and integrity. Sam watches everything crumble and blames herself, believing her presence has destroyed his life. Quietly, she packs her bags, leaving a note behind. Her plan is simple: disappear before she causes him more damage, even if it breaks her. At the airport, rain pours relentlessly, a mirror of their first stormy meeting. Liam rushes through the crowd, soaked and desperate, finding her just before she boards the plane. You walked into my life when everything was ending and somehow made me want to start over. He yells, voice breaking through the downpour. Sam's tears blend with the rain as she fires back. You're just scared to admit you care. The air is electric, thick with heartbreak and longing. Every emotion they've suppressed, anger, love, fear, erupts in that moment. The storm outside feels calmer than the one between them. When the shouting subsides, Liam finally speaks the truth that's been haunting him. The divorce, it was never finalized, he admits, voice trembling. Legally, I was still married when we said our vows. Sam's expression shatters, the ground beneath her feels like it's vanishing. So it was never real? She whispers, her voice small and broken. Liam steps closer, eyes full of regret and love. It was the only real thing I've felt in years, he says. In that confession, everything collapses. The lie, the love, the illusion. But within the wreckage, something undeniable remains. The truth of what they became. 6 months later, Sam's world looks nothing like the one she left behind. Gone are the marble floors and whispered judgments, replaced by sunlight, sketchbooks, and quiet independence. Using the settlement money from Ethan's failed defamation lawsuit, she opens her own design studio, a place filled with color, creativity, and freedom. The walls echo with laughter from her small team, people who believe in her vision. Every morning, she brews her own coffee, locks the door, and smiles, because this time, everything she has was built by her hands alone, not borrowed from someone else's promises. Liam, too, has changed. After his public apology, he steps away from his empire, walking out of the glass towers that once defined him. The headlines fade, but for the first time, he feels unburdened. He starts a smaller company focused on ethical innovation, something that matters more than power ever did. His life is quieter now. No boardrooms, no scandals, no Madison. Just purpose. Yet in every empty evening and every quiet success, his mind drifts back to Sam, the woman who saw him not as a genius or a CEO, but as a man still learning how to feel. Sam no longer measures her worth by who loves her or leaves her. She's learned that solitude isn't punishment, it's power. Her laughter comes easier now. Her heart no longer flinches at the mention of love. When people ask about Liam, she just smiles softly and says, "He taught me how to begin again." In her studio's quiet glow, she sketches late into the night, surrounded by proof that healing doesn't always need a happy ending, just courage. Sam's story isn't about who she lost, but who she became, independent, strong, and finally at peace within herself. The city hums with soft light as evening settles in. Sam stands beneath strings of lanterns at a community art event, her heart steady but full. Her paintings, raw, emotional, alive, hang proudly on display, each one telling a piece of her journey. As she greets guests, her eyes catch a familiar figure in the crowd. Liam. He's standing quietly, watching her with the same tenderness he once tried to hide. In his hands, an envelope, their marriage certificate, properly signed this time. The weight of unspoken history fills the space between them. Fragile yet beautifully inevitable, Liam steps closer, the noise of the crowd fading until it's just them. "No umbrellas this time," he says softly, a faint smile touching his lips. "Just honesty." The memory of their stormy past flickers between them, the rain, the fights, the heartbreak. But this time, there's no chaos, only calm understanding. Sam's eyes well with tears as she whispers, "Then I guess I'm saying yes." For real this time? The crowd cheers for her art, unaware that something far more personal is unfolding. In that quiet, luminous moment, forgiveness replaces pain and love, honest, unguarded love, finds its way back. As the lights dim and applause fills the air, Sam and Liam clasp hands, steady, equal, whole. There's no grand declaration, no sweeping music, just two people who've learned that love means choosing truth over fear. The camera lingers on their joined hands, the city skyline glowing behind them like a promise. Her voice echoes softly, carrying the weight of everything she's lived through. Sometimes, love doesn't come to save you. It comes when you finally learn to save yourself. The screen fades to black, not an ending, but a quiet beginning built on healing, honesty, and hope.